Hello. It is very hot and I'm suffering right now. So I just finished my first ever sketchbook, and what better way to show is with a sketchbook tour. But I have not just this one, but I have that one. So this one is more for like finished pieces, and this one is for like sketches. Look at her. Look at her. Who's she good girl? There's a Cracker Jack sticker here. So these are sketches I did for my Instagram because I literally did not know what to draw. These are both the same person. I know it doesn't look like it, but they are. This is just baby and this is non-baby. This is adult. You're going to see a lot of the same, maybe 4 characters. This is the hand belonging to my main OC, Mel. He doesn't have all of his fingers. The comic itself is basically, he knows he's a comic book character so he can move through the pages and panels themselves. So that's literally what's going on here. And this is Mel. This is Aspen, someone else you'll also see. This is Elliot, someone you'll also see. These 3 are literally just random pictures of people I found on Pinterest. This, my first time using acrylic paints. I use them still, I just really hate acrylics. This one, more sketches. Aizawa. I think this was supposed to be Sarah Paulson, but it does not look like her. This is a tiny strip saying, "Oh, what you doing? Nothing. Are you stalking Mel?" No, he is, and he is unconvinced. This, more comic stuff. It's page 47 of my comic that I decided to like practice paint because I got a bunch of new stuff and I didn't know if it would work. So, call, is your real name not Aspen then? It's not. It's a middle name actually. You're pretty observant. Oh, you have no idea. Like when we bumped into you, he called you a new character, and he only does that if we're bound to interact with them, which is wicked weird, right? Ellie, stop. It's weird for Mel to say because he's not really smart enough to know all this stuff, so it is weird. Dude. And then this one, another Pinterest sketch, added hands, Oikawa. That's not how you pronounce it. Toru from Haikyuu, ready to throw hands. This one was supposed to be Hinata, but doesn't look like him. Another Pinterest sketch, another one. These 2 are technically from Pinterest, but with my OCs, it was one of those draw the squad posts. And this one, done with acrylics. My first full thing using acrylics, it probably really shows. I don't like how far up, close together his eyes and eyebrows are. I'm missing the gap in his eyebrows, the ears are too far up, and his hair is weirdly flat. But I'm still not completely mad at it, it's progress. This, my cousin asked me to draw her, and literally this entire spread is a Lin-Manuel Miranda spread, because this is when the video for Cheering For Me Now came out, and I was in love, and I still am. So. I just paused randomly in this one. I still really like this one. It was a while ago. This one, Aspen, Elliot, Pinterest girl. And this is a sketch for, I think, a picture on the next page. This one, either way, I really don't like how this nose turned out because he just has no nose. It looks like a stump. Everything else I'm not too mad with. Just the nose. And his lack of teeth. But it's none of my business. Oh, okay. So this is literally this. Except, I don't think I ever finished it because I would have added lines on the feet and stuff like that. And this one, someone sent me a picture of his eye and was like, "Oh, hey, you want to paint me?" So I did. Then he told me that he took that picture right after crying, and I felt bad. This one, more sketchy stuff. I think this was trying to figure draw. This is supposed to be Bakugo, but I can't draw him. This is a page of just random Midoriyas. Okay, this spread I really like just because my comic is mainly with the colors red, yellow, and orange. This is Aspen. This is very much so foreshadowing for what happens in the comic. I will not say what happens in the comic, but he's not having the best of times. And this is Mel again. It doesn't really look like him. I think it's something with the eyes and how I made it like overly shiny here. Cause like, I don't... Why did I do that? Why is he like this? Random doodles. I got like a quill. This one I painted on New Year's, I remember it. And this one is actually a Welcome to Night Vale reference because her name is Erica and she is an angel. And I would die for her. Oh, skipping. Okay, so again for the comic, Mel. And you can really tell that I just do not like backgrounds. I think this is the most detail I put into a background in a very long time because, you know, just started drawing. And then, Mel, can you hear me? Say something, anything, please let us know you're okay. And if you see down here, that is the bird, which is also another thing from the comic I don't talk about. Mel again. And these were all draw this in your styles. I think I literally only posted this one and not the other two. Like I said, I got a quill, so I did some manga redraws. This is Deku. Again, Kachan versus Deku 2, that screen. And then I drew Mel doing some of Deku's poses. This is from Haikyuu. And then all these three are Mob Psycho 100, which I adore. You know, I really like how these ones came out. I like those. I'm not mad at them. And this one is when I was learning how to do perspective, I forced myself to draw different environments. And I still like them. I also just got a bunch of coal erase pencils, so I was forcing myself to use those too. This, again, a bunch of coal erase stuff. You can't really see it. But here it's Mel calling me out saying, oh, you got some new pencils? And down here it's, oh, I got it from the damn bird, talking about a scar in his head that's hidden, and Mel promptly freaking out. I don't know what this is. I think I messed up drawing his gums, but it's basically touch Ellie and you die. And then more comic stuff. I'm going to speed this up. This was a Draw This in Your Style from Casey Golden. This one, I did like the blob thing where you lay down watercolor and then go over to like draw them, ink them, whatever. This one, more comic foreshadowing. This one is because I made pins for my lanyard at work that I use. Again, more foreshadowing. That is the bird. This is a small comic on my Instagram and Tumblr about a woman at work calling me a mutt. I got Posca pens, and this is Elliot. Mel again. I really like this one just because of his expression, and this is the moment I decided to change how I draw his nose to this kind, because before it was just an average nose. I wanted it to be a more button shape. This one I really like. It's a hand, and these lines do come up a lot in my work because it's literally a mechanic of the comic. These I drew, hold on. They're like figure studies, but for in a car because I was drawing them as we were driving back and forth to a hospital upstate for my back. And so this entire page is just car doodles. This, I was trying to learn how to draw a profile view, and my boss at work saw me drawing this one and asked why he has egg yolk eyes, which I was not very happy with, but I was like, it really do just be like that sometimes. This one I sketched out and inked, and then I was like, ooh, what if I sketch it digitally? And then I just did the whole thing digitally. It's basically me figuring out how to draw what my chronic pain feels like. So this is, it literally just feels like snakes in my spine. So that's how I drew it. And this was while I was reading a whole bunch of Junji Ito. And so that's where that sort of like hatchiness came from. This random woman I drew, Ryuk from Death Note. So this one was done with a dip pen, and this one was done with microns, and I was deciding which one I'd rather want to use for my comic because I wanted to commit to one of them, and I went with the microns. This one, L, more car doodles from another hospital ride, and these are all K-pop idols I just looked up on Pinterest because I didn't know what else to draw, and they are very fun to draw because they like to pose, and their fashion is really fun. And this one is a spread of Shigaraki from My Hero. This crusty, sad little man. These 2 pages are basically sketches for I was gonna say Binha. I say Binha instead of Boku no Hero or My Hero Academia. Like BNHA, I just say Binha. But these are for My Hero crossover with Death Note. Dabi redraw, and this is what's his face? Teru from Mob Psycho 100. Again, Posca pens and such. I drew this in the car, and it was a big mistake because the green Posca pen I have like leaks a lot and it got all over me. This, more comic stuff. Another Bunha AU called Talentless, which I talk about on my Tumblr. Not in a while though. You can pause and read both the notes. Peglo on Instagram, he had a Draw This in Your Style for I think 7,000, and this was a fun one. This is Bulby from Jimmy Neutron, more comic stuff. He does have a prosthetic leg. Oh, and this is also a glass eye he has. This is a Heather spread. I wanted to do her all blue and him all red, but I just never got around to it. This, more comic stuff. I also wanted to figure out how to draw that 3D effect that people use in digital art, but traditionally. This, I saw this in a dream, and I immediately woke up and drew it. The Promised Neverland, I cried. And this, more comic stuff. And if you look at the bird here, you'll see what I mean by the digital effect. What's it called? Chromatic aberration? This, I was designing a hat I made for Eraserhead. This is a random doodle. These are sketches you literally cannot see. It was for a bigger painting that I also never got around to. It's basically a movie poster for my comic, and this one is a sketch for another painting that I have. This one is actually this painting that I finished. This one, Donnie Darko and Connie from The Promised Neverland. Again, I actually drew both of these on Easter because, you know, nice bunny theme, how to remember it. This is another thing for the comic stuff, but it's for Origin of the Bird, which is another comic I have. It's a prequel. This was another Draw This in Your Style. This is from the release of the Sonic movie, and I just wanted to make him as creepy as I could. This, I used to love drawing these like 3D illusion effects with just lines. And this one was a 5-point perspective. This is, like I said, Mel is missing a finger, so I was like doing hand studies. And again, Mel, Ellie, Aspen, a Dobby spread, and then a Hawk spread. And Hawks also has that 3D effect I tried to make. More comic stuff. Mel, Aspen. More comic stuff. Oh, this is a problem. Elliot, Aspen. Mel. It says, what happens to a character when their world is left to rot? As he is literally rotting. And this one started out as Cecil from Welcome to Night Vale, but I just never got around to it. And this is a big painting I'm currently working on, and then everything else is literally blank because I have yet to go pick up another sketchbook, and I'm scared of using all my pages and then, like, really wanting to do something. So that's it. I will do this sketchbook, which is like first time drawing the bird. I will do this very first sketchbook like in another video. But thank you for watching, subscribe, blah blah blah, comment. I will get around to doing the other sketchbook, it's just I have yet to fix the YouTube time limit. So let me know what else you want to see. Bye!